Hello, welcome to tutorial 5. We are continuing our modeling of the left side of the car. In the tutorial 4 we've modeled the front fender, and as you can see we've kind of got a rough pattern here going. And when we finish the entire side of the car, we can go in and begin smoothing it and making it look like it should. Now, what we're going to do is go back into edit mode. And sure. Okay. Now, I'm going to Shift B, which gives me this window. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to select these vertices here. Oops. Hold down on the Shift key while right-clicking to select the vertices. They will light up, of course. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, we're going to extrude these, and only edges, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to extrude those just about right there. Okay, now I'm going to hit extrude again. Yep, alright. The reason I did this twice is because, well, we're going to go now into line mode. We are making the door, and we go through here and select these middle ones here. I'm going to hit delete, erase edges. So now that gives us a whole clean panel here to work with. Now we need to click on back to point mode. Okay, so I'm going to hit G and Y, which will let me move. Actually, at this point in the video I'm going to show you by just hitting G we can move anywhere on here, and it restricts it to the Y and Z axis. We do not move in the X axis. Can you move in the X axis? Yes, but it requires a little more than we're doing right here with the controls. Okay, what I'm going to do here is just simply move these points around. Okay, by hitting the G key. And I'm going to roughly match them up to, we don't need to hit the Y and restrict it because we're just moving it. That's something that I want you to get used to, really constricting your movement in the other tutorials. So as you can see here, we're just kind of roughing in the door a bit. Okay. By hitting G and just freely moving those. Now we're going to just select these again, and extrude them. Now I'm going to extrude them all the way down to here. Okay, so now by hitting G and moving these, I can begin just to build the basic door. Nothing fancy at this point, we're just lining stuff up. Okay. Alright. Just getting kind of an idea of how the door should look. This, the reason I projected off of these points is because this door will already now be lined up to these points, and we don't have to move a great deal along the x-axis. Now down here, as you can see around the rocker panel, we're going to select these by right-clicking, and we're going to extrude only edges, and we're going to take this rocker all the way over here. Okay. Zooming out, as you can see, over here the car is really starting to take a little bit of shape. It's starting to look like it should. This is where the modeling can get really fast. Now when we go to when we begin to model more of within the sphere of fine-tuning and tweaking, it's going to slow down quite a bit. But I'm going to add, let's see, another circle. Basically going to do the same thing that we did in the other one. I'm not going to go into great detail about how I make these moves because you guys are pretty much already in the know. On this one, I'm going to leave a few more points dangling, and I'm going to select, let's see, this, just because of, in my experience, the way this car goes. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to delete those. Delete vertices. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here, Shift B. Use the mouse wheel to move myself out. Now I'm just going to hit B, which will select them all. Alright, now extrude only edges, and I'm going to pull this just like I did. We're just going to really model the wheel as we did last time. And I'm going to go ahead and do that and shut the recorder off and let you really concentrate on how this fender is being modeled and connected to the front half. So just a moment. Okay, I've gotten the fender flare modeled at this point, and I really didn't feel it necessary for you to just sit and watch me do what I did in the very first tutorial. So, or I mean in the first tutorial 3. Anyway, here we are, and we're going to, at this point, zoom in and take a look at this. We're going to start modeling a lot from pictures now. I have a great deal of pictures. Oops, wrong one. I have a great deal of pictures of the Pantera. And hold on, here we go. Alright, as you can see, we can really see the fender flares in this one, and they, right to the lateral line, the fender flare pretty much keeps a pretty consistent profile, and then it kind of drops off and curves on down a little bit. So we're going to take a look at ours here, and of course we have a little problem here, and I'm going to restrict that movement along the, whoops, y-axis. Bring it in there and take a look at where we are. Yeah. Okay, we need to go back on the x-axis. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to come in a little bit. We're going to just basically start shaping a little bit. Along the x-axis here. Just kind of by sight. And using our fine-tuning adjustments. Like I said, this is not the final detail in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Now, Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Picked up something I didn't want to. Okay. These back just a hair. Okay. Now I can start dispersing them out a little bit. Alright, now as you can see, got not entirely perfect, but we've got kind of a little better view of how the fender flare should be. So we're going to come in here and basically do the same thing as we did before. Now I'm going to hit B. I'm going to select a lot of these, then I'm going to hit Shift and select all the others. And Shift B. Oops. E. Hold on. And hold on. Work out the way I want it to. I'm just going to go along and select the rest of these. Tried to do a power select and it didn't quite work. Sometimes Blender just gets an attitude, and sometimes I try to do something that it can't. Because I work with a lot of different 3D programs, and sometimes I get a little bit of crossover. Try to do something on one that I can do and with the mouse or something, and on the other one it really won't work. Okay, so I just extruded these points up like so. Now over here, okay, I'm going to just hit G. And I'm going to move this over here. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. Okay, before I go any further, this is what I want to do. I'm going to zoom in here at the basically the near junction of the rocker panel and this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on, we're going to select both of these, and we're going to hit the F key. This joins them together. Now if we click back, we can see that the vertices are still there, but it has been joined. And we can now work these, and as a unit they've been joined together.